So this morning we are here as leaders and residents and community servants because there is an issue of crime and violence in our community. And I want our families, I want our community, and I want our youth to know that we are standing for you. We are not here to make excuses today. We're not here to point fingers. We're not here to blame anybody. We are here to take responsibility, to stand together and to act with urgency. We all feel it. When there's a crime committed in this community, we all feel it. The grief that sits heavy with families when there's another funeral being planned, we all feel it. The trauma that lingers when children hear and are near gunshots, we all feel it. The sad thing is that our kids begin to feel that violence is normal. It is not normal, and it is not acceptable, and it will not be our future. And so today we are here to stand, pastors and community members, united against violence. Today we are announcing a 3-point plan that we are developing to move forward in our community because we know that we are responsible and accountable to create a force that drives against the forces that drive against us, and that is crime and violence. Our goal is to reduce crime and violence on the southeast side of this city and across the city, together with churches and pastors, organizational leaders, and our public safety partners. This is not just a one-time event. This is not just a stage show today, but this is a sustained effort that we are putting in place that is coordinated and community-driven. And so our theme today is simple: to be present, to partner with a purpose. The first point I want to share today is that we believe that prayer works. And so we, number one, have to come together as a community and pray, have outreach. And so we are launching weekly interdenominational prayer vigils. These prayer meetings will be held in the neighborhoods where crime is happening, because we believe that the Spirit and the power of God emanates from those who are willing to seek Him and call on the Lord. We're not just inside of our churches, not just in the walls, but in the community. And so these blocks where things are happening, in the apartment buildings, in the parks, wherever the pain has been the loudest, we are going to be louder with hope. Prayer is not passive. Prayer is a strategy that aligns hearts and stabilizes families and calls people back to what matters, and that's what we're here to do. Prayer must be paired with outreach. We must find ourselves deployed in ministry across this community. We must be going where the pain is happening. We must go where crime is happening, into this community, to visit and to care for victims and their families, those who have been impacted by violence. That means grief support, counseling, emergency services, mental health services, trauma-informed care. We must give ourselves and invest in those who need us. We must help navigate these services, whether it's food or transportation, follow-up care, not just for a visit or for a photo op, but we must build relationships for real healing in our community. We're going to stand with these families in the hardest moments that they experience. Our second point is that we have to have a strategic partnership with our law enforcement. We believe in accountability, and we believe in community trust. We need both. We need to be accountable, but we also hold our law enforcement accountable, and we work with them. We are establishing and working with our chief in this law enforcement community that we might be able to create relationships with officers in our community so that we understand one another. This includes ride-alongs. It's happening, but we want to increase the ability of pastors to ride with officers so that we understand what it means to have mutual respect and see firsthand what's happening in our community. That's accountability. It includes sharing community-level intel and responsibility so that we can go into those spaces and places and help to de-escalate so that we are not seeing the negative side of policing. We will also expand the Cops and Coffee experience. Every quarter, we should have cops and community members sitting down, having conversations so that we can get to know one another, so that they understand who we are and we understand who they are. And therefore, we are policing together, and they're not just policing this community. Let me be clear. This is not about overlooking wrongdoing. This is not about just allowing things to go as the norm, but this is about holding one another accountable and building trust so that the good people will speak up and cooperate, because we know the old adage, snitches get stitches. We need to change that. When violent relationships go up, violence comes down. And then the third point today is that we must engage our youth. Many of the crimes committed in community are being done by young people who don't have enough to do, don't have enough support. And if we want safer streets today and tomorrow, we have to invest in our young people. We are strengthening and expanding youth empowerment and education through targeted pathways that give our young people skills, mentorship, accountability, and opportunity. Such as our GRACE program. We work with kids coming out of the juvenile detention facility, but those are not the only kids that need attention. We need to catch the pre-risk kids, the at-risk kids, and the post-risk kids. All of our children need help. And so we're starting not only our GRACE program and graphic arts program, but a drone academy later in February for kids to learn how to be FAA-approved flight pilots for drones. Why? Because we meet them where they are. We're not going to leave them where they are. And so we will provide safe spaces for our young people, consistent mentors, academic support, workforce exposure, conflict resolution training, and leadership development, because we need leaders in our youth. We'll partner with families, schools, churches, community organizations to wrap around the entire child and even the entire family. Because prevention is not just policing. Prevention is our purpose. Prevention is placement. Prevention is people who show up and do not give up. And so here today we come that we might bring ourselves together and unify, that we can be a united community pushing back on crime and on violence. I'll end my remarks there. I will give the stage to our chief. I'd love to have the chief say something, and then we'll hear from Pastor Paris McMurray.